And new. What a weekend of fights we have had.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And we are going to talk about it and break things down. What is going on, guys? For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jonah Morales.
And I'm Tiffany Lays.
Together we are
Cageside Chats.
All right, guys. UFC 322 has wrapped up just hours ago, and it was probably one of my favorite cards of the year.
Yeah, it was good.
And we have a new welterweight champion. We do. His name is Islam Makhachev, and he made it look easy. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, listen, guys, I'm going to be so for real. I'm a mixed martial artist. I grapple. That is the style of fighting that I always mirror. We love Islam in this house. We love Khamzat in this house. You know what I mean? These are fighters that we have loved for many, many years, and now look at them. Look how far they've come.
I think both of them with belts is kind of crazy.
It's insane. We talked about listen, we used to talk about times like this. Literally. Like, I remember it was when Islam was like a 70 pounder and Islam was on the rise. I remember when he fought like Dan Hooker, I was like, babe, man, these guys are the future, bro. And everyone's like, no, bro, they're just grapplers. And now look at us. The visual of him with the two belts and Khabib was amazing.
I like the visual of Hasbullah with the belts.
That was crazy. It was crazy. He fell. For like a second. And then Khabib picked him up. I was like, hey, bro, we got to get out of here. It was crazy. But no, yeah, like the question that I have for you is, did Islam surpass Khabib's legacy?
100%.
Yeah.
He has two belts.
I mean, people are going to say yes. People are going to say no. I think Khabib was a better pressure grappler. It reminds me a lot of Khamzat, where like they're just constantly bludgeoning you or just choking you out into unconsciousness, where I think Islam's a little bit more tactful.
Yeah.
I think Islam will be like, you know what? Let me try a Dars. Let me try my favorite Kimura. Let me spam this. But if not, I'm okay. I'm going to hold this position and I'll control you.
I think he's very smart with the way he goes about how he takes people down.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that Islam is aware of the risks, right? Like with Jack de la Maddalena, he knew he was going up a weight class. He knew he was fighting a bigger body, a bigger frame, and he knew that there were certain risks that he was not going to take, that he could take against, Moicano, he could take against Dustin, but he just seemed way less willing to engage with him on the feet and way more, let me just play this smart. And Jack came out hot that first round. Like, Jack was ready.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was expecting a little bit more
same.
from him.
Especially after the Bilal fight where he was able to scramble and, he was sticking his tongue out, X and Y movement, looking like he was gliding on the feet. There was none of that.
Yeah, I'm just glad Islam beat his ass for Bilal.
Yeah. He got his lick back for Bilal for sure. No, but, I mean, it's crazy, right? Islam has already said, like, Bilal will be fighting Ian Gary, right? And people are like, is that another number one contender spot? Islam has made it very clear that he will not fight Bilal. So that's off the table.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think the way that things are going right now, I mean, I think the clear number one contender is, I have no idea. I don't know who is the number one contender at welterweight, guys? Can someone please, because we got Michael Morales who just slept Sean Brady. Sean Brady went to the ether. We literally had Parates cook Leon Edwards. I don't know. I mean, Ian Gary obviously has a win over Parates. Obviously, Parates has gotten so much better since then. Who is the number one contender?
I think that they're going to have to get somebody in a different weight class.
Like who?
Ilya Topuria.
Yeah.
Or Khamzat Chimaev.
That fight's not going to happen. Well, it could happen.
I would like to see it. I know nobody else would like to see it because they hate grappling. But I think it would be really interesting to see because they both also can strike. Yeah. I don't think they're not going to strike because you both have two really good wrestlers. Yeah. They're going to be stuffing each other's takedowns every single time. So I think it would be smart to put them together to really put their striking to the test.
I mean, like, there was beef with them back in the day, the Nurmagomedov and the Khamzat camp, but obviously they squashed it. It was like this whole thing.
Well, yeah, he congratulated Dagestan.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting, right? Like, Khamzat has the ceiling, right, in this man's career. Like, he had his time at 170. People said what they wanted to say, and then he went to 185, and then he dominated, Trickus. So it's like the ceiling, I feel like, keeps getting higher for him. But I don't know. What do you like? We love grappling in this household. We are a grappling household, guys.
Yeah.
But do you think the sell for Khamzat and Islam is hard? I think the sell is easier for Ilya.
I think they're both individually their own stars.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll book that fight at all.
No,
as much as I would like to see it just for fun, like maybe they just meet up and spar like on the side and
then
just
record it
and post it
and talk about
just
it.
for funsies.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hamzat is definitely has his eyes fixed on Alex Pereira right
100%.
now. He's commenting on all his stuff. He's like, I want this. Let's go. I was like, dude, you're crazy.
Well,
like,
I've been wanting this fight since like 2 years ago when I first found out about Akamsa, and then I was watching Alex Pereira fight, and I was like, these are two really big guys who are just dominating people left and right.
Yeah.
And I think you have two different styles. You have more of a kickbox style, and then you have more of a wrestling style. Put it to the test. See which one's better.
Okay, let's putting all this aside because we love them both. Hamzat and Alex Pereira, how do you realistically seeing that go? How do you realistically see it going? Legitimately, we talked about this at the Applebee's. Okay,
we were literally in Applebee's for like an hour and a half just discussing Hamzat and Alex Pereira.
How do you think that would go?
I don't know because Kamsa has been hit before and hasn't really been rocked.
Yeah, but having been hit before is one thing, but getting hit by Alex Pereira is another thing.
Right, but also getting, you could say the same thing about Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has stuffed takedowns, but can he stuff Kamzat's takedowns? Really because he shoots from like the other side of the ring.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, he like in wrestling, I remember they were like, yeah, don't shoot and telegraph your takedowns. Like, Kamzat would telegraph it and still get it. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah, he's just like, I know I got this. I don't care. Yeah. I don't need to hide it. I'm going to let you know.
There's like a still of him literally shooting like parallel. I mean, which you should, but it's just like, I'm like, this is crazy.
But to get it like on camera, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But I don't know. How do you, legitimately, I'm be very honest, I have it 50-50. I have it 50-50 because both of these guys are psychopaths. Like, Kamzat is like, you're going to have to kill me. And then Alex is like, you're going to have to break my arm in 3 places. Someone's going to get injured.
They're both going to walk out with severe injuries for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's give me your early prediction. Alex versus Kamzat. I have it. You gotta go first.
You do have the idea that Kamzat is much younger than Alex Pereira as well. And age, unfortunately, does make the difference.
The last thing to go is your power. The first thing to go is your speed. You know what? I'm going to say it, guys. I have it as Hamzat Chimaev. I think Hamzat Chimaev would win. And I think it would be surely on speed and athleticism.
I do have it on Kamzat. But I think it's more so the fact that he just gets everybody down no matter who you are. Yeah. I mean, he picked up Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, he picked up what's his name? Dricus, like he was a child. Like he picked up Usman, and Usman was sprawling, and he's like still able to get the takedown. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, how do you legitimately deal with the pressure of Hamzat Chimaev? But Let's go back to Islam Makhachev. What's next for Islam Makhachev?
Ilia Topuria. It has to be Ilia. I mean, logically, there is no other logical explanation. I mean,
I think Ilia Topuria, Khamzat Chimaev at the White House might be one of the biggest fights that you can make, period. Dagestan versus Spain. This is as close as we're going to get to Conor McGregor and Khabib Part 2.
You think?
Yeah, for sure. Similar style, similar personality type. And Ilia, the same way that Hamzat is chasing Alex, Ilia is chasing Islam. Islam breathes. And Ilia's like, yo, shut up. I was like, bro, let the man live. So, yeah, and I think it's 2 belts versus 2 belts. I love the visual of the both double champs going, yeah. You could sell out anywhere.
Well,
they're both holding the 2 belts. There's both that visual. Their last fights.
There's more at stake, though, for not Islam.
For Ilia Topuria.
For Ilia, because he would be going for a 3rd belt.
Yeah, you're right. But I do think, the way that the Dagestanis are, legacy is so important to them. And I think the legacy of, okay, you want this? Let's go. Let's run it. And I think the legacy of beating a guy whose name is in the headlines worldwide, like Ilia Topuria, I think would warrant that for sure. And I think that is the co-main event of your White House card.
Co-main, definitely.
Co-main event,
Who do you
for
think
sure.
would be the main event?
Who do I think would be the main event? It's going to be none other than John Jones and Alex Pereira. That is the biggest fight in the world. In the world. Y'all can quote me on this. But yes, we have worked with John Jones multiple times at Dirty Boxing. And in that last event in Nashville, literally with Mick Maynard in the crowd, was calling for that Dana White phone call to be on the White House. He's been very open about it. Just dropped the promo too. Yeah, John Jones also posed for us, which is, you drop those photos right here. Kind of insane, by the way. He literally saw us with the camera and he was like, replied on our photo too, W John. But yeah, I think John Jones at the White House versus Alex Pereira is the biggest event you can make. And listen, Tom Aspinall fans will say it, and I'm going to be very honest. I thought John was ducking it. I did. But guys like John Jones, when I go back and I look at his record, which is insane, he's beat everyone off like 8 generations. I think it wasn't the body type. It wasn't Tom being super athletic. I think it was just, it didn't interest him. And I think a guy like Alex Pereira interests John Jones. And I think you got to piss him off or you got to motivate him. And I think he's pissed and he's motivated. So let's make him fight.
Yeah. Really
and I'm going to be so honest. I feel a little bad for JDM. At first, I was like, JDM, I don't like what you're saying about Dagestani fighters. I don't like what you're doing. But by the 4th round, I felt pretty bad for JDM, yeah. I've never seen a fighter look like he was going to have like a mental breakdown. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, he kind of did.
Yeah.
He
said, wipe that look off your face. I've never heard a corner in my 15 years watching this sport. I've never heard a corner say that before.
I just think he came in like, he had like a frown on his face. Like he was mad about something.
Yeah.
And he came in and he was like ready to like attack like a dog.
Yeah.
And then Islam whooped his ass for 5 rounds.
I think by the when he went in deep on that single, Islam on the first round, and he got taken down, he thought he could out scramble his way like he's done with everybody, because he's great at scrambling. Like watch JDM and Gilbert Burns in Miami. You can watch you can watch JDM and Bilal. Like the scrambles were incredible, but then the thing is with Islam is like the moment that you're trying to scramble out, he's following you. He's whatever it is that you're doing. He tried like a buggy choke on Islam. Islam's like, none of that, bro. Like, I don't care. He said to Craig Jones afterward, like he said in the post-fight press conference, he said, send Craig Jones 2-3 years to Dagestan. I was like, dude, you're like so crazy. But
well, clearly he needs to, because he doesn't teach his fighters how to sprawl.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
Not once.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't even try to sprawl, which is kind of crazy. Because at least Dricus was trying.
Right.
Dricus was trying to sprawl. He just couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, Khamzat's a different freak in himself, and we love Khamzat Chimaev. But obviously, let's scale down the card, babe. Because obviously, guys, this is my writer, my soon-to-be wife, who's been with me through everything. And we watch so much fighting, and we cover fighting. Let's talk about Zhang Weili.
I know.
Zhang Weili.
I was really upset. I really
upset.
I thought
I love Zhang Weili. I do.
Yes.
I've
and
never
I think
felt
she genuinely tried her best.
Yeah, but the moment that those two ladies squared up in the center of the octagon, I realized I was like, God made weight classes for a reason. Their just 10 pounds, their frames, everything about them physically look like Valentina's never to me struck me as a bigger 125er. She looked massive next to Weili. I was like,
I don't think she looked too much bigger, but I do think, and the UFC keeps doing this, just because you have a belt in one division, I don't think you should go for another belt in a different division. I think you need to work your way up, feel out the weight class to see how you fight with them first, and then give you to the top one contender. I mean, bare minimum,
like a number one contendership fight,
right? But bare minimum, like start them at like top 5 maybe.
Yeah,
but have them feel out that division first.
But you have to remember that both of these ladies have cleared out their respective divisions. Like,
but she hasn't cleared out that division.
Right, but it's as a champion though. Remember, they're both older too. I think that's the sell for them. Like that's the only way to get them out.
Yeah, I get it, but
because I imagine I have to leave my division for a chance to fight a person who might beat me, and then I'm stuck with a loss and no belt. So that's kind of the hard sell. It's a hard sell. So
it is, but like, I mean,
it showed that Valentina might be the greatest female fighter of all time. I'm sorry, Amanda. I'm sorry to all of the amazing female athletes, but Jang Wei Lee. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Valentina is the greatest female athlete, female mixed martial arts ever.
Yeah.
And her Muay Thai. I mean, how do you have so much snap in your kicks after 25 minutes? Like, it's crazy, bro. Throwing everything like with speed, precision. I mean, Valentina's the greatest. I honestly don't know what's next for her because she 100%ed the game like 3 times.
Yeah.
But W to Wei Lee, obviously, for promising to come back. I think she should take a break, maybe do one more and call it. There's nothing else for her, and we love you, Wei Lee, and we hope to see you come back. Another person that we truly admire, another tough loss, Tracy Cortez.
My girl.
That's my girl. That's our girl. Together.
I love Tracy. I've loved Tracy since I saw the lash fly off her face. I think it's diabolical that she wears strip lashes.
We're fellow Latina. We're fellow Latinos in arms. And Tracy, we love you. We love you. We know that you are one of the greatest. We know we are one of the best. And listen, everyone has good and bad days. I think every time Tracy has lost, she has come back on a win.
Yes.
So I think this is going to be another part of her story where, she made a mistake. And obviously at that level, like we talked about, you make these mistakes. Unfortunately, she exploded into a deeper a bad position, and she got submitted with Erin Blanchfield. But that was a rematch from Invicta, and Erin seemed to be a little hesitant on the feet.
Yes.
Erin was very hesitant to engage, but I think she realized, I think obviously Tracy's boxing is top tier.
Yes.
Very, very top tier. She sits on her punches.
Even in that fight, you could tell.
But you could tell that there were certain positions, like Erin Blanchfield has very good jiu-jitsu, and obviously Tracy's very, very good. Her wrestling is very good, but you get to these deeper positions, and as someone who trains in with a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys, as coming from a wrestling background, you get to these deeper positions, you get to these more advanced positions, and you can get caught. And and you've seen it in real time. Like, I get caught all the time, but training at a gym and unfortunately dropping a loss in the UFC are very different things.
Yeah.
I think Tracy will come back. I think Tracy will be stronger. And Tracy, we love you. From fellow Latinos to another, you will be back. We believe in you. We believe in you. We love you.
I think it does also help that she's so young.
Yes,
she has time.
Tracy's like our age. I mean, she's 31 years old, and she's only getting better. And you make mistakes. Mistakes happen, and I think she is a star. Yeah. She has all of the qualities of a star. She's charming. She is a pretty girl, and I think she is
pretty. She's a baddie. First of all,
yes. We're from Miami, so can I drop you the Tracy Cortez story that I have?
Yeah.
So, obviously, guys, we are from Miami, born and raised. I'm Puerto Rican. She's Haitian and Cuban. And, we're used to seeing a lot of our people. We just are, right? So I was actually covering USC. I believe it was the last Miami card. And I picked up my media badge and I was running to the media room to get some fighter interviews. And I remember I was texting you. I was like, hey, this is before we started doing events together. I was like, hey, babe, I'm here, da-da-da. And I was looking down at my phone. And then I see a girl pass by me, heels, done up, eyelashes, perfume. What we expect on a day-to-day in Miami. Like, it's kind of like a normal thing for us when you're out.
Yeah, just look like every other girl walking down the circle.
And I was like, great, cool. And I was like late to the media because the prelims had already started. So I was like, crap, I got to go. And I literally someone for some reason I'm like, oh, let me check. And I was like, oh my God, that was Tracy. And Tracy's like, hey, she sees me and she's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, what's up? And then immediately got swarmed by a bunch of people. So yeah, W Tracy.
If you're ever in Miami and need a photographer.
If you're ever in Miami and you want to be on the show, need a photographer, want to do an interview with us, want to do whatever, just hang out. If you want to just hang with us, you know what I mean? We obviously have been.
Hear me out.
What?
Her. In a room with us.
Okay.
With Brian Battle.
With Brian Battle.
I feel like that'd be chaos.
Listen, Tracy Cortez, Brian Battle podcast would go crazy. I love her. No, but we listen, guys. We obviously are big fans of you, Tracy. We love you, and you'll be back.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
100%.
100%. But let's talk about Prates. I know that you have some feelings on him. I love him, even though he be hitting the gritty, which is like insane to do, by the way. But Prates, I've had my eye on for a long time. I remember seeing him on Contender Series and kind of seeing his rise and seeing him kind of understand the mechanics of mixed martial arts striking versus pure Muay Thai, because he has a Muay Thai background, long Muay Thai background. It's crazy. He's a star. He's a star. he's also massive for the weight class.
Yeah, he's huge.
I had a feeling, if you guys watch our final predictions, I actually talked about it. I said, I think Prates will be able to do something creative. He did nothing creative. He just hit him with a straight right and knocked him out. No, I believe it was straight left. Sorry, I'm southpaw, guys. My brain goes a little. But hit him with a straight left and just
Right through his guard, too.
Yeah, just literally a straight shot, which is crazy. But I think that's it's smart, right? Like a lot of boxers, they are kind of prepping for these loopier hooks and things. And Leon Edwards was smart, right? He knows Prates throws a lot of kicks, and he was frying his leg with those kicks, those low kicks. But I think Leon rather knew that Prates was going to come in heavy with that, so I think he overtrained for the kicks. I think he was kind of ready he was kind of guarding a lot, like kind of checking, you know what I mean? And I think he got a little bit preoccupied. And Prates is smart. He was softening up his leg, throwing teeps, throwing this. And I think Leon was like, oh, okay, like he's conditioning him to get ready for these kicks and get ready for something. And then just, boop, straight right. I mean, it's genius. It's genius. And Leon was out on his feet for the first time ever. The only person to ever almost beat Leon on the feet, obviously got submitted by Sean Brady, but was Nate Diaz. After getting Nate was getting cooked for 24 minutes. Nate, instead of finishing the fight, Leon was hobbling, literally like stumbling on one leg, and Nate just pointed at him and flipped him off, and then lost the fight. So, yeah, I mean, I think Prates is a star. I'm very curious. I like Prates and Michael Morales. I like that fight.
I think that would be
That's
interesting.
a fun fight. Yeah, I think that's a crazy fight. I think Michael Morales doing what he did to Sean Brady. I also said in my final predictions, Sean Brady being the shorter fighter was going to blitz, and Michael Morales being the bigger fighter was just going to use his size and cross its void. I will say, Michael Morales did something, and you kept saying it. You're like, he's loading up. Like, I think that's a big flaw. Like, when someone's hurt, you start like loading up.
You get scared.
Well, no, I'm saying Michael was just loading up, like trying to finish the fight and getting like hit a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think with guys like Prates, if you hurt Prates, like you can't start loading up like that because he has the one punch knockout power, and I think Sean Brady doesn't. So you kind of got away with hurting him and then kind of like, okay, whatever, I ate a jab, I ate a hook, whatever. But with Prates, like you hurt Prates, okay, you see him starting to stumble a little bit, like. I think if you try to start loading up, Prates can just KO you back. So I think that's a good fight to make for the real number one contender. I mean, I don't think there's anyone else for him except for Ilya right now. So I think we do the Ilya fight, and then we make the boys fight, and whoever looked the most dominant is Islam's next victim. I'm sorry, opponent. So obviously, I wanted to talk to you about one other thing. BSD and Beneil Dairouche. Obviously, I was going for Beneil. What is your opinion on the stoppage? Because I'm seeing a lot of different. I think if you're a ref, it was smart because it looked bad.
I'm gonna be so for real. That man was out.
Yeah.
He hit his head and then flattened.
Yeah, he flattened.
If you were not out, he had a chance to push himself up and didn't.
Mm-hmm. So you
I
think
think the
it was the right
stoppage
stoppage?
was fine. It looked bad, and everybody agrees that it looked bad. Whether if it was early or not, I still think he was out enough for him to bounce his head and then flat himself out. Like you're out.
I think Beneil was out. I'm gonna be so for real. I watched it last night. Obviously, we're eating Wingstop, so I was a little drunk off the Wingstop. I don't drink alcohol, but I was eating that Wingstop, and you guys know when you get like that food coma. So I was eating that Wingstop, and I don't know, maybe my vision was skewed. I got a little upset because I wanted Beneil to win, but oh my goodness,
I knew BSD was gonna win though.
But in 16 seconds,
first of all, he's huge.
He's huge. We're the same age, by the way.
I think that's crazy because you look like a child, and that is a grown man.
Compare us right now. I love you, BST. I'm terrified of you, but listen.
That's my French man.
Yeah. Well, you are Haitian, and he is French.
Yeah.
Could you
kind
understand
of enemies,
what he says?
but
If he speaks French, could you understand what he says?
I could pick up a little bit, but not too
Creole's
much
better.
because it also depends on his accent where he's from in France.
Well, he was speaking like way more English now, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, they remember in France they teach you how to speak English.
No,
in
yeah,
schools.
I just remember him like having a thicker accent like 3 years ago, and now he's got like a pretty.
I mean,
pretty good
as you
English.
grow into it, you get better at English. And I'm sure he's talking more English being in the UFC and most people speaking English there.
Before we move on from the UFC talk, what was your favorite fight of the night?
Islam.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great card. But what has been your favorite card of the year so far? This was my favorite. I think for me, the Alex card with what's his name,
Ankalaev.
Alex, and wow, what's his name? I'm
Ankalaev.
blanking. Oh yes, Magomed Ankalaev. Wow, I'm sorry, Magomed. But
Anyways.
I think that was my favorite because I felt like the stakes were so high. The stakes were so high for Alex. Also, there's a certain level, by the way, and let's be so for real. As a pro Alex Pereira podcast, Alex Pereira, every time he fights, why do I feel like there's so much like stop what you're doing and watch this man? It
He has
like
aura.
He does.
Bro, aura farms every time he steps into the ring.
I also love that he says chama. Yeah. I think that Alex Pereira is Alex Pereira the face of the UFC
Right now, it's between three.
Okay.
Alex Pereira, Ilya Topuria.
Ilya Topuria.
That's why I said it. Ilya Topuria, or right now Islam.
Yeah.
I feel like now it might be Islam.
Yeah, I feel like Islam, unlike Khabib, obviously Khabib in his post career, but I feel like Islam really resonates with the American audience.
No.
You don't think so?
I think Alex Pereira does. I don't think Islam does. I think Islam is Russian, and Americans are scared of Russians.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I feel like the media now loves him. Like, the way that Madison Square Garden was just erupting when they saw him.
Yeah, because you're in New York City where you have a lot of immigrants.
Yeah.
Right? But the general, like, American, not really fans of Islam Makhachev, unfortunately. Fair. I don't think, remember, online, UFC comments are, like making memes, basically, of like just his face because it's funny.
Yeah.
However, when you get down to it and you're reading the comments that are actually talking about the fighting, they hate Dagestan.
Yeah, because they think the visual is not great.
They hate wrestling. And not only that, they're a Russian country.
Which is like, watch one. If you don't like wrestling, like, watch one, because they do Muay Thai fights all the time in an octagon. If you guys want to just watch boxing, but like, I have my opinions on that. That's a conversation for when we bring Brian Battle. But yeah, I mean, if y'all don't want to watch grappling, like, it's mixed martial arts. It's literally mixed martial arts. You don't go to Chipotle and expect to get, like, I don't know, like, dessert. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting everything. I don't know. That was a bad analogy, but
Chipotle should add dessert. Why do they not have dessert?
Yo, Chipotle sponsored this podcast. No, but listen. Post UFC talk. Obviously, the last thing, looking ahead here. We want to look ahead before we move on to one of our final segments. Looking ahead here, Joshua Vander Pantoja. What's your opinion? Early prediction right now. Boom.
I think, I'm gonna explain myself really fast. Pantoja's taking that fight.
Yeah, 100%.
And the reason being is the UFC loves to do this, and it pisses me off. Stop throwing new fighters to the wolves.
Yeah.
You're throwing him to a top, not like you're throwing him to level 1.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Yes, he's a great fighter.
Love him.
And he had a great fight that night. But I don't know if he's number 1 ready.
No, I don't. And I love Joshua Van. Listen, Joshua Van lover. This is our account. We run it. I'm kidding. No, but I love Joshua Van. But he was also on Contender Series like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and he dropped a few before he became who he is now. And I love him. I think he's great. He's marketable. He's tough as nails. But it's hard for me to see a world after Pantoja did what he did to Kai Kara France. It's hard for me to see the fight not going similar. Yeah, I mean,
I think it'll be a good fight. I just think that you're kind of throwing a kid to, like.
I mean, he beat Royval, and it was that was probably my favorite fight of the year. Yeah. That back and forth with Royval, where both men just decided to sit in the center of the octagon and just trade for 15 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah,
but does that warrant a number 1 title shot? No, I think he should have fought. After you fight a guy like Royval, who's been at the top for so long, you should fight Brandon Moreno. Fight a guy like Kai Kara France or something. But I think we're rushing the project a little bit. But if he does win, let's freaking go. I'm down. Listen, I'm down for him to win. It's hard for me to see a world where Joshua Van or any of the 25ers really can beat Pantoja. The only person I can see beating Pantoja at that lower weight class would be if Merab for some reason was bored and wanted to just go to 125. If Merab could even make 125, but
I don't know. He's small, but like he's not that small.
Yeah, he's not like me, short.
He would be cutting a lot of
weight. I mean, if he looks that gaunt at 135,
exactly. Imagine 10 more pounds.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think also the conversation of like double champ is interesting. Like obviously with Weili and Shevchenko, like they asked Merab, and Merab was like, the 45ers are too big. And I'm going to be honest with you, like you have seen me train with 25ers. You've seen me train with 45ers. But the moment I've trained with a 55er, and it's like, it's crazy. Like I couldn't even, this Reed just out wrestled me the entire time. And, you know, people realize like God made these weight classes for a reason. Like, dude, the body type is so big. Like I'll never forget, like I just like normally like I'm just like, okay, whatever, let me blast a double leg. And I remember like just trying to go so deep on a single, and it required literally like 3 times more effort. I was like, what the, like I'm like lifting weights to get this guy's leg off the ground. And then, you know, the worst part is like you just being able just, and I remember the feeling of Weili, and I tell people like if you haven't trained, like that feeling of like someone bigger is on top of you and you're trying to explode out, use your hips, hip bump, you're trying to use a butt slide, whatever it is you're trying to do, you're not being able to scramble out just on physicality is like the worst feeling in the world. Like Jack Della Maddalena, you're the person on top of you is just heavier and just better than you. So I think it's interesting. I think Merab's comments recently, I think it was like a few days ago, where they're like, oh, why don't you go up to a weight class? He's like, nah, bro, they're too big. And I agree. You know, like I've sparred 55ers, and I'm like, Jesus, like this is crazy how much bigger they are. So yeah. I think if I was a guy like Merab, obviously I'm not a professional fighter, guys. I sit here on my couch and we make videos on MMA stuff and we cover events. But if I was a professional fighter, I'd fight at 25 and just stay at 25. Because bro, the moment you go to those bigger body types, it's like, and I think Merab knows, right? Go to 45 and fight like Volk. Volk would probably outwork Merab. Like, these are just bigger bodies. The bone density too, I think, is a big thing. They're just denser. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. That's my opinion on the whole scaling weight classes thing. Like, it's a tricky, slippery slope to climb.
Yeah.
But you have a bone to pick with some of the internet's comments about our friend of the show and our good friend Brian Battle. You have a bone to pick. Tell him.
Okay. It's not really a bone to pick. I see the comments, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just on our stuff, it's on all of his stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, he just fought like an Uber driver.
Which funny. Like, so, okay,
it's
the
hilarious.
Comments on Brian's stuff are insane. And like, we be DMing and laughing and talking about it, but like,
calling Killshot an Uber driver, hilarious, right? But Killshot is a bare knuckle fighter. He's not just a nobody. He's a nobody to these people, maybe, but like,
but I
think he's done the work. He's an actual fighter. He's a professional fighter. Right. He's getting paid to fight, and like, I don't think it's fair. And I also think that some people thought that I was saying that that dirty boxing has better fighters in the UFC. That's not what I was saying, or that we were saying.
Yeah.
But I think Brian Battle beating everybody first round both times in dirty boxing says a lot about how good of a fighter he is, because they're not just getting random people.
Well, the first guy was a little random.
Yeah.
The first guy was random, but it was a short notice fight. It was low-key random, and he was like, his record wasn't great, but respect for him for taking that fight with Brian.
It was like, what, a week?
No,
2 weeks?
4 days.
4 days.
It was like 4 to 6 days. It was like a week, yeah.
About a week. A notice, yes, okay, random fighter. But the Killshot is a bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, you could look him up on his Tapology. I think we do these fighters a disservice when we kind of are saying like, oh, like, yes, guys, listen, even the people on the prelims of the UFC are the cream of the crop. The UFC is the premier organization. We know this. But, you know, to the average person who even makes it onto the UFC for a 1-1 contract, like, obviously, like, you are the cream of the crop. You are the elite. There's a reason why people know those 3 letters, UFC. That's the premier organization. But
they definitely signed them for a reason.
But I think when we start to characterize, every athlete that's not a UFC trash. Like it's very indicative of the elitist kind of way that we start to look at things, right? Like, we've worked and kind of run the gamut. We've gone local, we've been able to kind of go out of state for DBX. I've worked a few UFC events, and yes, guys, it is different, but I think we do these athletes who risk it all and put it all on the line a tremendous disservice, right? Like, I think the level of competition, yes, is different. When you are not in the UFC, it is different, but I don't think it's not as tough or as hard because you are still going out there and you're fighting another trained fighter. It's indicative of people to not really watch fighting, to think that anything that's not UFC is trash. Like, bro, go watch one. You guys have like Rotang, you have Superlek, you have like Stamp Fairtex. Like, there's so many good non-UFC fighters. Like, you got Alexei Pergante. Like, bro, and the PFL. Like, there's so many good fighters. Besides that, it has been a great weekend of fights. We will there's been a great weekend of fights, guys. We have been running around doing a bunch of stuff, but we were trying to make our commitment to you guys of bringing this show every single week to you guys. But guys, listen, we will be back next week. We got some family stuff going on, but we'll be back right here in our brand new couch, because sitting this close to each other was a little crazy. So we decided to get a couch. But guys, if you like this content, follow Cageside Media on Instagram. Guys, we love you. Thank you for all the love and support. My name is Jonah Morales.
My name is Tiffany Lays.
And together we are
Cageside Chats.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week.